Hey, what's going on, guys? Dr. John Russin here with Coach Luca Hocevar, Coach Christian Thibodeau. We just finished up our two-day seminar out here in Seattle, and I wanted to break down a little bit on what we talked about with the overhead position and the overhead press, how we're screening this thing out and how we're testing it functionally. So I'm going to go through the first scapulohumeral rhythm test and the overhead range of motion, and then Coach Tibbs is going to come in with a banded dowel test that's really helpful to see if we can actually keep tension through the lats with the overhead position. So I'm going to use Luca here as a demo, and we're going to have him positioned shoulder width apart at the feet. We're going to have feet facing forward. We're going to have tension through the glutes, tension through the core. We're going to be in a thumbs up position, and you're going to come up nice and slow all the way up overhead. Good, come back down. We're going to just do nice slow reps here. So what I'm looking at here is as Luca is going up, I'm looking at the humerus, this upper arm bone, and how it's actually integrating with the movement of the scap. So yes, Luca's getting up into an overhead position here, but that does not indicate that we can lift from an overhead position. Let's face this way. We'll see what we're talking about here and come back down. So as the humerus comes up into elevation, we have upward rotation, we have protraction, and we have elevation that needs to be happening at the shoulder blade here. And this happens sequentially. Come back down. So for every 2 degrees that happens here, after about 120 degrees of elevation, we get 1 degree of rotation that happens up along the backside. And really, the scap is used to unlock the potential of the glenohumeral joint to get up into this position. Another angle that we can test from is in the scapular plane. So we're going to come out to like a 45-degree position. We're going to do that same elevation. And you can see here that the scaps are moving much better. If you even turn back facing this way, we can see the scaps move in the scapular plane here. You can see how they straight open up. Luca's able to keep really good spinal position, good hip position, and open up the thoracic spine into somewhat of an extended base position. So this is just how I look at scapulohumeral rhythm, but I'm going to have Coach Thibodeau look at the functional test that we actually gave in the two-day seminar.
Now the lats are probably the muscle that has the biggest role in the big lift without actually being one of the prime mover, because they stabilize the shoulder, they make everything safe and more effective. Now, most people understand the function of the lats in a deadlift, right, to keep the barbell close to you, or in a bench press to stabilize the shoulder joint. They don't understand the function of the lats in the overhead press, especially in the starting position, which is the most vulnerable position. If you can't keep the lats engaged while having the barbell in the right position and the body in the proper position, then you should not overhead press with the barbell. It is an amazing lift, but it's also a high risk lift if you can't maintain proper posture. So the lift, the exercise we will use is, we'll come here, we'll put a dowel inside a band, and he will grab the bar with his military press grip. Now the first thing we want is to create torque at the lats. So we will go slight external rotation, co-contraction with the chest and the lats. Now he'll do a straight arm pull down just only to activate the lats. Now the lats are firing here. What I want him to do is bring the barbell to his collarbone as if he's doing a reverse curl while keeping the lats engaged. And now try to take a military press position. So bring your elbows down under. A bit more forward. More forward. So you can see now, try to bring, yeah, that's it, good. His lats are still firing. Of course, the band is not pulling anymore, but he used the straight arm pull down to establish tension. Now he has tension here, the elbows are under the bar, and the wrists are under the bar. The bar is not tucked to his chin, that's fine. With the barbell, it will actually touch. But if you can't take that position while having lats tension here, the barbell close to you and the elbows under the bar, you can't overhead press safely because that starting position will be weak and hazardous. Now, the second thing we want to do is go back to the starting position, so arms extended. We will once again create the torque, chest, lats, and then bring the barbell over the bell overhead. Keeping tension, good. See, now we see that the barbell, can you go a bit more further back? Good. The lats are still engaged. The barbell is slightly behind the ear line, so he is in a good position. So the elbows should be externally rotated, not internally rotated, even though some Olympic weightlifters do use the internal rotation position. That is not safe for most people. See that? Good position. You can bring it back down, and he could take the starting position safely while having the lats engaged. So it would be good to go for military pressing. If he couldn't reach any of these positions, it would be better to use single arm dumbbell press, kettlebell press, or both arms dumbbells until he developed proper mobility and tension to be able to do middle press safely.
It just goes to show, if you are going to barbell overhead press, we need to dominate the position. We need to have good pelvic, lumbar, thoracic spine, and shoulder mobility and stability. If not, use the modifications that Coach Thibodeau just mentioned and enjoy pain-free shoulders.